Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope everybody has a great week so far. Hope you've had a great week. Yeah. I don't know why I sung that. I don't even know why. Oh my God, I don't know why I just sung that. Okay, well, I'm in a good mood, I guess. In a even more good mood than usual. But hope you're having a great start to your day as we head into the weekend. Cheers to the weekend, everyone. So, welcome to the Talks with TJ podcast. I am your host, TJ. If this is your first time here, oh my God, welcome, 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 welcome. I'm thinking about that show. Welcome back, Carter. I don't know why that just came to my mind. Welcome. I hope that you find something that resonates with you. Find something of value that you can apply to your life. You never know. You never know. I really hope and pray that that happens for you. And if you do, go back and listen to the other episodes if you haven't already. Because you never know. You never really know what could jump out at you. And for my fam that's been rocking with me, already know. Y'all loyal now. Y'all loyal. So I'm glad to have you guys back listening in. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. Jump right into it. So last week we was talking about just starting some damn well. Good God. Good God Almighty. Please just start. Don't be like me and take forever to start something that doesn't take that long, you know. But this week we're talking about practicing gratitude. And I guess that's I'm always coming from the perspective of how I went in my journey, but it doesn't have to be in no particular order because I think gratitude should be practiced from the start of your life to the end of your life. But this is just how it played out in my particular order in my journey. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I say, oh girl, oh Lord, 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 I was ungrateful. I was an ungrateful sob. I was always complaining about something. I always say I have a lot of patience. I think I do have a lot of patience, but in some areas of my life, patience be running thin. It runs thin, and I was very impatient when it comes to certain areas in my life. Like, I wanted it to happen, like, right now. I was one of them people that wanted that microwave success, like, right now, you know? Um, and then on top of me being, ungrateful, always complaining, very impatient, and listen to this, I had the audacity to be mad and wonder why things did not happen for me on a consistent basis. I had the audacity to wonder why things took forever to happen for me when they did happen to me. Listen to that. When I was finally blessed, I was still complaining about why it takes so damn long. Like crazy. Um, and I had the audacity to be frustrated. I had the audacity to be mad, you know, when I wasn't doing the necessary steps to receive what was meant for me. If that made sense. I wasn't doing what I needed to do. And it's very easy. Just practice being grateful. I was raised, I don't know if anybody is like me, but I was raised with the notion that if you're a good person, good things happen to you. You know, if you're a good person, good things happen to you. And I don't want to bust nobody's bubble because it make nobody be like, well, yeah, if that ain't the case, then I'm just gonna go ahead and just fuck it all up. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. But um it wasn't true. I mean, as I had to come to a realization as an adult that that's not necessarily true. Just because you're a good person don't mean that you're always going to get good things that happen to you. Sometimes, actually, the good people have the most stuff that happen to them, the most bad stuff that happen to them. So I had to realize that I would have that missing piece. I wasn't grateful. I just being a good person was not enough. I had to be grateful too. I was an ungrateful, like I said, an ungrateful SOB. Um, and Lord have mercy. I'm sitting here thinking, reminiscing on it. It's like, oh Lord, I was. crazy. I don't know what the heck I was thinking about, Mm, but it kind of reminds me of that saying you reap what you sow, which is true. It is very true. You do reap what you sow, but you is I wasn't taught. I should say that I don't think I was taught that it's you got to be grateful too. Just being good and sowing good things does not equate to things happening the way that you want them to happen for just because you're good and you plan a good thing. It don't always happen that way. It has some gratitude behind it too in the journey. Wherever you at, whether you're in the beginning, middle, end, you're in a high, low, peak, valley, whatever it is, you got to be grateful for every step of the process, you know? You really do. You got to find the good in it. I had to really train myself to find the good in every step of the process. And don't get me wrong, I'm still doing it. I ain't perfected it by no means. I still have to catch myself. I really do. You know, what really helped me when I was first before I was starting this, um, I'm gonna be an advocate for that for the rest of my days. Get yourself a mentor. When I say my mentors, I don't have just one. I don't think one would suffice in all areas of my life because I've found that um, one mentor might be good in one area and be lacking in another, which is perfectly normal. They're human, they can't be perfect, So I have multiple mentors and I have become an advocate of that. You get yourself a mentor. And not just any mentor either. You know, um this is I'm about to say something. It's ironic because one of my mentors told me that uh if you look at somebody's life and they don't have the life that you want, what what are you following them for? What are you taking advice from them for? I don't you don't want their life, so why would you allow them to mentor you in any type of way or give you advice in any type of way or anything? They don't have nothing that you want. And that I took that with a lot of weight because I had, it made me assess the people that I was taking advice from. Um People that did, and that goes on the other end when people would criticize me. I'm like, you can't criticize me. You don't have nothing that I want. You ain't living no type of life that I want. But yeah, anyway, not to get off the subject. Get yourself a mentor because my mentors helped me in a lot of ways. They are the ones that really open my eyes to it, leading by example and also like really buckling down on me when they did catch me in a ungrateful state. I mean, they used to get on me like, "Girl, you need to get it together. You need to humble yourself. You need to be more grateful. Your ass is ungrateful. You need to get it together. Humble yourself for real." Like so I'm really grateful for them because they did help me open my eyes to it, like I said, by leading by example and by, just really sitting down and being real with me and being blunt with me. Um I really appreciate when people are very blunt with me because I think sometimes I can be a little bit oblivious to some things and not realize that I am. I'm not the type of person that I don't like subtle hints. I don't like when people beat around the bush. Tell me straight on. I ain't got time for all that. Tell me straight on and I deal with the feelings of it later. Just tell me so I can, process it in my mind. So yeah, I was very grateful for them. They understood who I was. So get yourself a mentor. So my mentors was the one that helped me really come to realization that I was just I wasn't doing right. I wasn't enjoying the process. I was not just for the other, I was not grateful. I really wasn't at all. And they I guess when they told me that, thinking back on it, I really had to sit back and really process that and think about that and really take evaluation of, for one, where I was at that point in my life, because this was, you know, some years back now, when this happened. I had to really sit back and evaluate my life and like, oh wow, look where I am right now. And look where I came from. I did not come from a wealthy family. I came from very, very humble beginnings. We struggled a lot growing up, moved around a lot growing up, mm, just wasn't as stable as I wanted to be growing up. And, you know, that transpired into other things, me making certain decisions. Um, at the time, my life was not playing out the way that I wanted it to play out. Things were not happening the way I wanted them to happen for me. And it caused a lot, like I said, a lot of frustration, a lot of and complaining and ungratefulness and stuff like that. So I had to sit back and take evaluation like, okay, look where I am right now. No, I'm not where I want to be by no means, but look where I've come out of. Like a lot of people don't really make it out of certain situations. Not to say that I've been through horrific situations, but I know that people out there that's been through far worse than I have. You know, it has made it out, but God, I'm one of them people where my grandma always used to say, God never puts more on you than you can bear. So the situations that was put on me, it was just enough for me to bear, just enough where it didn't break me. But at the time, I thought it was too much, and it made me ungrateful. It made me a very negative person because did not see the value in what I went through. I did not see the lesson in what I went through. Um, so like I said, yeah, I had to sit back, evaluate things, and yeah, I had to humble myself. Like, damn, I really am ungrateful. Like, look what I've come through. Look where I am now. I don't have to deal with none of that stuff no more. I'm not going through none of that stuff no more. And I can't even honestly, looking back on it to this day, I can't even explain to you how I got out of it. Ain't nothing, it's just but God, you know? But God. I don't know how I got out of that situation and made it to where I am. It's just God. And I should have been grateful with just that because I didn't have to do, from my perspective, no extra to get out of that situation. He just blessed me anyway, but I was still ungrateful. Still ungrateful. So, now I've come to the point now where I mean it's second nature for me now, but at one point I had to really set an intention and focus on being more grateful. And I know that might sound crazy to somebody. I know it really does because I mean, even saying it out of my mouth now sounds crazy to me because it's like, damn, you had to fight to be grateful. Like what's wrong with you, TJ? At least I had to fight for it. I had to set the intention. So, like, one of my prayers was that I prayed to God. I said, God, don't ever not let me be in a state of ungratefulness. Like, don't ever let me not be in a state of ungratefulness. Whenever you catch me um being ungrateful, snap me out of it in some type of way. Remind me of something. Please remind me of something that would snap me out of it. And I promise you, he did it every time. Every time I've caught myself slipping, he remind me of at that time where I had come from and where I was at now. And most of the time it would be um at that time it would be at night when I was going through the process I don't know what it is about that nighttime, but I guess that it was on me at night, negative thoughts. Um, I get the devil was riding me, for lack of better words, at night, trying to get the best of me. But he would always catch it for me, remind me of it, and it would snap me right out of it. So now, like, it got to the point where I said, God, wait, whenever I'm thinking about something, it evolved to that. Whenever I'm thinking about something that was either in the past, something that's happening right now in the present, or where I'm going in the future that you're going to do for me or that you have done for me or that you're doing for me right now, you know, please let it be followed either begin with gratefulness or follow in some type of gratefulness, you know, please let that be the case. Don't let me not either begin it or end it with gratefulness or both, you know. because I like I said, I guess it's a build up to the first one. Don't never let me not be grateful. Don't never let me not be grateful, you know? And I like I said, it's come second nature now. I don't even think about it anymore because I mean, don't get me wrong, it be rare occasion. Stuff do try to creep into my mind, but it just I snap right out of it. God is still holding that promise. He's still answering that prayer even to this day, even though that was, oh Lord, that was a long time. I don't even know how many years ago that was at this point. That was a long time ago. I don't even know. Like I've been in Lord, this is way before I moved into my house. I mean, years before I moved into my house. I've been in my house for 4 years now. This house I'm in now. So yeah. And just by doing that, I mean, it my God, it's changed my life in a lot of ways. For one, it's changed my perspective. I think that's the biggest thing that it's changed. And I guess the best way that I can explain it is the phrase "now I'm blind, now I can see." But it's more for me now. First, I seen clear, now I see rose color. Everything is rose color. I see through a rose colored lens now because I can pretty much see the good in everything. Like for instance, one situation that happened um was a little while ago now. Uh Little financial situation that happened dealing with my house. This little backstory. I put my mortgage payment on auto pay, so I don't even really look at it. And it's been the same pretty much the whole time I've been here. It's been the same. So I had it on auto pay, and somewhere along the line, something happened. Something changed with the amount, and the full amount was not being auto drafted out. So it caused a balance to build up. So I wasn't thinking about it. I just had it on auto pay. I wasn't checking it. I'm thinking it's getting paid every month, and it's just building up, building up, building up, building up. You know, thinking about it now, is we're like, why nobody none didn't contact me? Nobody contacted me. But anyway, I digress. It don't even matter at this point because it's settled at this point. It got paid, but um yeah, eventually came down to, okay, well, somebody did reach out to me. I don't know how long it had been building up like that, but somebody reached out to me and said, you got a balance. I'm like, what you mean a balance? I've been paying. It's been auto drafted out. And they're like, yeah, I can see it's been auto drafted out, but the amount changed on it and it left a balance. I'm like, okay, well, okay. So, and they gave me a deadline to pay it by, or they're going to, just being completely honest, they're going to put my house in foreclosure. I'm like, well, goddamn, I've been paying the door mortgage. Just to this make this is crazy. Okay, all right. So I go through that. I'm like, you know what? Even though this is happening, this is a bad situation. I got a certain amount of time to come up with this money to pay this. I'm not going to stress about it because you know what? Thank you God for alerting me of this. For one, thank you God for allowing me to be able to have my mortgage on auto draft when all this time has gone by and I didn't even have to think about it. For one, because there was a point I used to have to pick between which bill to pay this month, So to come from that to now auto draft, hey, thank you for allowing me to be able to be on auto draft this whole time. And I don't even have to worry about it. It just automatically comes out. That was not a stressor anymore. Thank you for that. And I said thank you, God, because I know that this is going to get resolved. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's gonna work out the way that it's supposed to work out. Everything is always gonna work out the way that it's supposed to work out in my favor. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do what I need to do to come up with the money to pay this overdue balance because I ain't gonna lie to you, it was high. I don't know how long. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of how long of how much it was, but it was high. So we'll say that. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to maneuver some stuff around, and I got a certain amount of time to come up with this money. I'm gonna do what I need to do. I know it's already handled. Thank you, God. I know it's already handled. So it came down to the wire. I almost had the money up. It came down to the wire because at that point I had started paying the amount of the mortgage that needed to be paid, so it wasn't building up. They did allow me to do that, but it came down to the wire. Okay, I got about, I don't know. At that time, I think I had made about maybe a month or 3 weeks left before it had to be due before they was gonna start the process. And I remember talking to my friend and I had told her about the whole situation. And I told her point blank. She probably remembers it. I said, I'm not gonna worry about it because it's already handled. And literally the next week, literally no, 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 it wasn't even the next week. I'm lying. It was like 2 days later. I get a call from the mortgage company and they said the balance has been paid in full. The balance has been paid in full. And I'm like, well, what do you mean the balance has been paid in full? So the is Lord have mercy, I don't even remember the name of the company, but it's a grant company that's in North Carolina that helps people with houses. One of the co-workers that was there had signed me up for it, and I didn't even realize he had did it because he had took my information one day. He had called me and like, well, it's this certain thing. I had forgot all about it because it was like at the beginning of the process. I had forgot all about it. I forgot that part of the story. He said, "Well, we can try it. A lot of people don't get approved for it, but we can try to help you out. It's a grant service that's in North Carolina that can help people out with this. That this happens. This actually happens a lot." I'm like, "Okay, we can sign up for it." I'm sorry about that. I didn't include that in the story, but I had completely forgot about it because he was like, "It's a long shot because it's been going on for a while. They probably out of money, but we can try." Right? I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll try it out. It doesn't hurt to try." If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it do. I'm grateful either way. So yeah. So now we forward back to where we at now. Like I said, it was maybe about a couple of weeks before the money had to be due. And I called my friend. She was asking me about it. I said, I really wasn't worried. I said, I'm not worried about it. It's already handled. It's already taken care of. It's gonna work out the way it's supposed to work out. That's literally what I said to her. And I know she remembers this conversation. And literally 2 days later, I get a call from the mortgage company and they tell me, "Oh, okay, everything looks good. It's at a zero balance." I'm like, "A zero balance? Where the money come? What you mean a zero balance?" Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, your balance is at a zero. It's paid in full." I'm like, "Whoa, what happened?" So I'm like, "Oh, I think the thing came through. I had forgot all about it." So I go online to see, and the money had came through. The money had came through. They gave me the full amount that paid it off. I said, "Holy crap, I forgot all about this thing." But thank you, God. Thank you, God. Something that was a long shot that was telling me that it might not come through. They're probably out of money. Came through in the end at the last minute, you know? So anyway, I know I went I done told a whole long story. I went way over time. I don't never go this late into it. 23 minutes in. Anyway, so I'm gonna get off of here. I just wanted you guys to uh really, really just, if you haven't already, just start practicing gratitude. The little things make a difference. I've said this before, and I'm probably gonna continue saying this um as I continue on this podcast. You got to be grateful for the little before God blesses you with a lot. You have to be grateful for the little before God blesses you with a lot. I mean, it's just something so simple that you don't think of could really change your whole life, your whole perspective, the way you walk, talk, carry yourself. I'm telling you. So just with that, we're gonna leave it on that to really ponder on that for you. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great weekend, and I will see you guys back next Friday, 8 a.m. on the Talks with TJ podcast. Peace out.